Hey there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan, and we're taking a look at a Toyota Aristo. This one here is an S300 model. The year of this is in 1999 with 131,430 kilometers. It was bought from auction in Japan and is going to be sent over to Canada. The Aristo is a very good value car here in Japan. They're also known as the GS300 in other countries. This one actually is similar to the GS300. A lot of people like the Aristo because you can get them with the twin turbo 2JZ engine. This one comes with the non-turbo 2JZ engine in it, which at first thought, like, why would you bother? But then they're also very good value when you buy them at auction here, because not an awful lot of people want a 3-liter engine because of the registration costs of a vehicle engine that big here in Japan, and then you don't get the benefits of the turbo, and so there's not a lot of interest for it. And so because of that, you get very reliable car, very nice inside, very good handling car, better fuel efficiency, much cheaper price than the turbos. And so good package all over, especially if you're not looking to win drag races. You still get 230 horsepower instead of 280, so you're only 50 horsepower down from the turbos as well. And you get exhaust headers, or exhaust manifold, that looks like a bundle of snakes header, or as they call it in Japan, a takoashi, which means octopus legs. So it's still a fairly peppy engine. It is a G-head engine, which means it's tuned more for performance than it is for fuel economy. And then timing belt was changed at 95,730 kilometers there, according to the sticker on the engine cover. The oil is good. The coolant, the cap needs to be replaced. The two pieces have separated inside, so you're going to have to replace that. But really no issue there in terms of performance, but you should replace it anyway. Okay, close the hood. Oh, and you have hood dampers that are actually really strong. Usually they get saggy after this long. Okay, so quick view of the good looks of the Aristo, especially with the 19-inch wheels, and then we'll go over the auction sheet in just a sec here. And it's starting to rain, and I don't like shooting these reports in the rain. Okay, so 1999 Aristo, I'm just going to translate this sheet for you. S300 Vertex Edition. And this is an auction grade 3.5, interior C, exterior C, 131,430 kilometers, and then it is color changed to pearl paint. It says it was originally a silver car, and so you have slightly wavy paint, but I think that the color change was done fairly well. It's not really visible at all, and the pearl looks really good on this car. Okay, leather power seats with heaters inside. And so you get the same trim level as the turbos and basically everything inside. And so you don't get any compromises there. 19-inch aftermarket wheels, aftermarket taillights with the original ones inside the car. Windshield rock chip, wheels scratched, seat wrinkle and saggy and wear. Armrest is cracked. That's the armrest between the driver and passenger seat. And I got pictures of all of this too. It's a color changed car. The trunk floor pushed, scratched and dented. So back into a curb or something like that. Oil leak, which is a fairly common problem with these cars. I couldn't see it on the top, but it could be on the bottom of the engine. Steering wheel wear, and then this is a no-claim car, so make sure that you consider that before you buy it. Look here, the W2 means a repainted section, and then basically the body is perfect, all except for an A3 on this part of the bumper. And so that is right here. There's some scratches. And then you have some scratches down here. Now the rear bumper has some paint flex marks as well, but they're not that apparent. Okay, so all in all, a good performing, good looking vehicle. The 19-inch wheels really fill those wheel wells. And you can just cruise around in your pretty awesome car for a pretty awesome price. Now we usually don't say the prices of the cars on the videos, but the Aristos without the turbo, in Canada, you can get this landed for $4,000, $5,000. Probably, yeah, you could even do less in some cases. Depends on the condition. And that's Canadian dollars, not American. Unfortunately, these are not importable to the US. I think they started these in '97, and so you still have 5 more years to go. But you can get the generation before this. Okay, good looking headlights. They're fairly clear. Those are known to fade. Paint wave's not really an issue. I wouldn't worry about it if it were my personal car. No sunroof. A lot of them do have the sunroof though. And then the paint cracks. Let's have a look. There's one here. And then this is the big one. And then here's what the tail lights look like. And then here are the tail lights that came with it. They're little baggies. And then it's both pieces. Tail light set. Okay, inside the trunk is pretty normal, but we're going to show you that with the trunk opening button. Inside smells a lot like cigarettes. And so it was a cigarette smoking gangster that drove this previously in Japan. So pretty decent sized trunk. It's not giant, but I don't think that you would feel like my trunk is too small in this car. This one is an MD. 6 mini discs can fit in that. Mini discs were only popular for about 2 years in America, but they were popular for about 10 years here in Japan. They were going to be the replacement to CDs. But then, I guess it kind of worked for people who steal music, because it was very easy to write stuff to an MD. So, good looking wheels. I don't know what brand that they are. Rear tires need to be replaced completely. They're a 2011 tire. Front tires are 2009, and they still have some tread. And so somebody was doing burnouts or accelerating quickly. I guess it's good to know that the non-turbos can still have fun like that. If that's the kind of fun that you like to have. Okay, power windows, power folding mirrors, which I didn't check. I can't remember how to check those. Here we go. Oops. Oh, they might be broken. They function, but this switch doesn't click in anymore. That's strange. Little place for coins, for your JDM coins. Okay, so interior is Aristo goodness. Seats in Aristo are excellent. Keep in mind they are heated and power seats. They're not memory seats though, which is a bit of a shame. But still, good leather seats. Usually the interior of these smells really nice too. This one smells like cigarettes from a Japanese gangster. You always know it's a gangster because this one was pushed way back like this. Like, I don't need to be comfortable driving. I don't need to see out my window. I don't need to be alert in the case that somebody does something stupid and then ends up hitting me. There's the cracked armrest. Okay. The gauges look a little bit dated, but it is kind of cool. It has its own charm. AC is so cold, it's freezing my arms off. Luckily there were no smokes in there, but yeah, you can smell them. See, here's... And in here is a little bit gross. But for some reason it's not opening. Needs a good clean. But it'll be a good car once it's cleaned up. Rear seats, let's have a look. They're very rear seaty. Really nothing to talk about here. The car has a headliner. And the lamps have been changed to LEDs basically everywhere in the doors, both interior lamps. And it has these aftermarket markers there in LED as well. And so there we have it, Toyota Aristo going to Canada. And that's going to be the end of the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out our website if you want. And other than that, just hang loose and take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.